So now we're going to turn to the idea of strategic management. And over the next series of videos, we're going to work through the actual process that managers use that set out to form the vision, so the big picture for the organization, then to analyze their environment, which we looked at a little bit in week 2 when we looked at the external environment, and then how they're going to determine the strategies that they're going to use that will actually enable them to create value for their customers and for the organization, and to achieve those organizational goals. So it's important when we think about strategic management that we're thinking about it as a process, being a set of a series of events that we can follow as a sequence. And when we think about the term strategies, we want to be thinking about them as the actual plans that set out how the organization is going to do what it's in business to do. So we're thinking about how is it going to achieve its goals, and how is it going to create value for its customers and create value for the organization. And those plans are what they're going to design in order to determine that way forward, and the actual process of how. And so we can think of the strategic management process as looking a little bit like this. And we can break this diagram down into 6 steps, which in the next few videos, we're going to work through using some examples from the music industry to illustrate how you might apply this process and what it might look like once you've done it. And so breaking this down into those steps, we have, first of all, identifying what the organization's overall mission is, what its goals are, and then its strategies. Then conducting an external and internal analysis. So if we think back to our external environment, we want to be able to analyze that external environment and then internally analyze what are the actual strengths and weaknesses in the organization itself, to then be able to formulate those strategies that are going to enable us to achieve those goals and mission within the context of our environment. Then we'll move through to implementing those strategies that we've formulated, and finally evaluating whether we've achieved our goals or maybe we need to be making some changes. So we can think of this as a sequence that we'll move through. And in the next video, we're going to kick off by looking at the first step, which is identifying the organization's mission, goals, and strategies.